It's day one. At last, we've made it to the starting line of Get Ready for 2020. Here we come, December 29th. Before we dive in, I just want to thank you and I want to acknowledge you. Pat yourself on the back. You're one of the few people who's actually living intentionally. You'd be amazed if you just ask friends and family what their top 5 goals are for this year, for the next 5 years, the next decade, the next 20 years. You'd be astounded by how many people really don't know. A lot of people can tell you what they don't want. Very few people are super clear on exactly what they do want from their lives. So to me, that's the equivalent of being thrown in the middle of the ocean, of knowing how to swim, but absolutely having zero idea which direction to swim to get to the land. So you are one of the people who, by being here, you are choosing to swim with purpose. You want to know where you're going instead of just swimming in circles. That's huge. It's powerful. It's awesome. And I wanted to thank you and acknowledge you for that. I also want to tell you what my commitments to you are for this week. I commit to helping you set clear goals for 2020. I commit to helping you create a strategy to start to achieve those goals. I commit to holding you accountable to your goals and to helping you create a support group that will be there for you when challenges arise, and they will arise. If there were no challenges, there wouldn't be goals. It would just be something we did. It would be easy. Challenges will come. I will hold you accountable, keep me moving forward, and I commit to helping you create a support group and a network that will keep you moving forward when times get tough. And I commit to going above and beyond for you this week. I will deliver in any way I can. Aside from these little videos that I want to keep as short as I can because I value your time and your attention, I commit to being available to you during the course of this week. You can direct message me, email me, WhatsApp me. My phone number is in the group information. Please go ahead. I will drop everything to help you guys achieve what you want to achieve in the next 7 days. So with that said, let's get started, shall we? Cool. So a lot of you, I'm sure, already have some goals in mind that you are already thinking about for 2020. That's great. But for today, we're just going to park those goals for one side. For today, we're going to reconnect with our heart's desires. We're going to reconnect with our creativity, and we are going to give ourselves the glorious gift of dreaming. Why is dreaming so important? Well, I believe that the best goals are set in service of our dreams, in service of who we want to be. Our goals are an expression of the potential we can feel inside us and a manifestation of that potential. So our goals should pull us into the future. Our goals should inspire us and motivate us and be so compelling that we will jump out of bed even when we don't feel like it, in service of a bigger dream. And so if we don't dream and we don't allow ourselves to tap into what we really want from life, what we really believe we can be, then our goals are generally not going to be met because they're not compelling enough if they're not serving something bigger, right? So let's reconnect with our creativity, our passions, our desires, our talents, our strengths. Let's reconnect with those, and we're going to do those through a exercise which I hope you guys really enjoy. It's divided into 2 parts. You'll need a pen and paper, and you'll need some music that you can listen to as loud as possible. Choose some music that sets your soul on fire, stuff that gets you pumping. I don't care if it's heavy metal, rock, pop, the soundtrack to a great movie. And in fact, if you're not sure what music to choose, I defy anybody to put on the Superman soundtrack and not feel like they can't take on the world. Then, first part of the exercise, for a minimum of 3 minutes, I want you to travel back in time to that time when you were a little kid, before you were worried about what people thought and expectations, before you even understood about sexism and racism, before all of that, all those isms. You were just a beautiful, joyful little child. And when left to your own devices with no one around, you loved nothing more than to play. So let's explore that a little bit. Pop on the music And for 3 to 5 minutes, I want you to start thinking about the answers to these questions. Who were your superheroes? Did you love Batman? Did you love Superman? Did you have Spider-Man bed linen? Did you used to pretend that you were Wonder Woman? Or did you pretend that you were the My Little Ponies or the Care Bears? It doesn't matter. Write it down. Go back in time. Who are the people you looked up to? What did you want to be when you were a child? Did you think you wanted to be an actor, a fireman, a vet, a doctor, a policeman, a dancer, a singer? What did you want to be when you grew up? And when you played, what did you do? Were you an explorer, or did you used to build things? Did you used to make mud pies? What books did you love to read? What films did you watch? I know I used to watch The Goonies. I must have watched it 100 times. Really try and go back and imagine yourself as that youngster, filled with delight and joy. Write it all down. Go back there, spend 3 to 5 minutes doing that. Once you've done that, push that piece of paper to one side, start a new piece of paper. Still with music playing, a different song would be great at this point to get you into a new space. Get out that pen and paper, and now I want you to start looking forward. So uninhibited by any possibilities, unlimited by what is you think you can manage, or what you think you're capable of, what you think you can do. I want you to just go deep into your heart, connect with that inner child, connect with your creativity, and explore every single thing that comes to your mind about what you'd like to achieve, what you would like to do with your life. Do you want to start a little business? Do you want to grow a family? Do you want to live in a high-rise building in New York? Or do you want to grow vegetables in a farm in the middle of the Karoo? Would you fly to space? Does that even appeal to you? Would you travel across America in a beat-up old Chevy? Who would you be? What would you like people to say about you? You know, when you're at your funeral, what do you want people to say? Do you want them to be like, oh God, she was terribly grumpy? Or do you want them to say, wow, you know, that woman, she just had so much energy and she was so loving and kind, or she was an incredible healer, or she was an incredible innovator, or he was an amazing sportsman, or he just had endless energy. Who do you want to be? What legacy do you want to leave? What do you want to do with your life? Where do you want to travel to? Do you want to be a parent? Do you want to be a grandparent? Do you want to be a great friend? What do you value? Just write everything down that comes to mind, and do not limit yourself to money or time or health. Just imagine you were capable of it all. What would you do? We've all got dreams, and you'd be amazed how different they all are. But in those dreams, in those things that we did as kids, and in the exploration of what we want to do with our lives as adults, we find little clues to the real truth about what we want from life. Play the music, get inspired, and then when you're ready, just push that piece of paper to one side, put it away, and we'll tackle it again tomorrow. And lastly, guys, I would like to challenge you to introduce yourself to the group today. A post is fine, or a photograph is fine, but I would love if you would just post a quick video into the group. You can go Facebook Live or record something and then pop it in. Share with us a little bit about yourselves, and there's nothing like sharing an old memory that made you laugh to give us a sense of who you are. So thanks guys for listening. I'll see you tomorrow.